This is an invitation to discuss and explore opportunities afforded by the identified connection between animal and human abuse. Underutilised but afforded increasing credibility, initiatives are encouraged to optimise identification of hidden human abuse by regarding animal abuse as potentially symptomatic. Introduction of a comprehensive prototype to explore the efficacy of such a programme is invited. If successful results are obtained, the potential for human abuse relief is enormous, and public awareness of this link to human abuse can dramatically increase concern about abuse of animals. In every town, perhaps in every street, there's a child at the top of a dark staircase. No one sees, no one knows. He hides in the corner of his room, as down below the sounds of fighting between his parents comes up to him yet again. He cuts himself. It's his fault. He believes so. He's learning that life is anger, only anger, and he will take it throughout his days. Anger is his home. His victims are everything and everyone, and as he grows and marries, has a child, and his child sits at the top of the stairs and hides in the corner of his room, as down below the sounds of fighting between his parents comes up to him again and again and again. No distinction, no separation. All forms of abuse follow the same etiological pathways, whether directed towards the child, the vulnerable adult, or to the family pet. All are part of the same cycles of abuse. Extensive research is being conducted into the connection between animal abuse and interhuman abuse and violence. Most of this research is being conducted over 30 years in the USA, where this concept now informed police forces and the FBI. It is now referred to as the link. Although there's intuitive awareness, in Europe there is scant application of this concept. Within Teesside University, making the link study, a comprehensive analysis of previous research and literature was conducted. Some of the research into the link between family violence and animal cruelty has found that between 11.8% and 39.4% of women report that their perpetrators threaten to hurt or kill their companion animals. Between 25.6% and 79.3% of women have reported their perpetrators actually hurt or killed their companion animals. Many of the studies on animal cruelty in abusive family have also reported that between 18% and 48% of women have delayed leaving their violent situations out of fear that their companion animals will be harmed or killed if they were to leave. Cycles of abuse were also identified, where children who have witnessed the violence, either human or animal directed, are themselves likely to engage in abusive behaviours. Almost all participants who have reported having engaged in an act of animal cruelty also reported having been previously exposed to domestic or animal violence. Teesside University initiated the Making the Link study programme to explore this connection between animal abuse and human aggression and violence. Our results underpinned all previous findings, and an intergenerational cycle of abuse was indicated. The link is clearly present across societies and across cultures, with an abuse legacy potentially bequeathed to the next generation. During our programme, close collaborations were established with world experts in this domain. Indeed, both Professor Eleanor Goloni of Monash University, Australia, and Professor Clifford Flynn from South Carolina University co-authored a peer-reviewed published paper reporting on the Teesside University study. Gratifying, the link was recognised here in the UK with a conference in 2001 establishing a protocol between RSPCA and NSPCC. A paper commissioned by the NSPCC and authored by Professor Simon Hackett of Durham University also endorsed the link between animal abuse and child abuse. This arrangement provides for a dedicated helpline for RSPCA officers to refer any incidents which arouse concern about children's safety. In 2016-17, 51 incidents were referred over a 12-month period. The number of referrals has increased over the last 4 years from 5 referrals in 2012-13. However, as indicated, research has shown that significant percentages of animal abuse incidents can be associated with human affecting abuse. Given that RSPCA received 129,000 animal abuse reports in 2016, 51 referrals would appear to present opportunities for optimisation. Referrals had reduced compared with the previous year, and although presenting a limited data set, 86% of the referrals identified children at risk and previously unknown to the authorities. The principle clearly works, but requires significant optimisation. Such arrangements to identify domestic violence appear elusive. In discussion with the College of Policing, a new DASH checklist is being created for the use of frontline police officers. This includes only one item about animal abuse, and as suggested by the creators of the checklist, police officers will only be exploring physical violence and not emotional or coercive activities. They suggest that deeper exploration is needed. We are now seeing parallel processes, all be on different trajectories. The police DASH checklist was introduced to scientifically optimise the possibilities of identifying domestic violence. And the same rationale has suggested the use of a checklist which allows first responders to animal abuse incidents to identify the possibility of associated danger in the human domain. In both processes, it has been identified that a comprehensive investigation process cannot be conducted by first responders. Therefore, a second-tier intensive investigation is needed when triggered by first responder completed checklists. No template exists for such a programme, as this has never previously been attempted with such a scientifically supported comprehensive content. And as such, a progressive optimisation of the process would be expected as it evolves. If successful, the programme would invite replication throughout the UK and in European locations, from which progress in Europe is being monitored. If successful, many previously hidden vulnerable individuals and families could be identified and provided with assistance. And if successful, the children hiding in their rooms at the top of the dark staircase could learn to smile again.